Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in amma ba'd. All praises to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we send our greetings and salutations to our beloved Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My dear brothers and sisters who are in this masjid and also who are watching online, welcome to Britain's first mosque. We're doing a live broadcast of the Jumu'ah Khutba. Those who are watching online, please do not pray behind the Imam. You can only listen to the Khutbah, inshallah. Jazakumullah khairan, barakallah feekum for all your beautiful support throughout the month of Ramadan. I know it's more or less been just nearly 3 weeks now. Ramadan has gone away. And I hope you are continuing the good habits that you have picked up, the perfection you have made in the month of Ramadan. So please carry on doing so. If you haven't fasted the 6 days, you still have the time to do so in this month of Shawwal, inshallah. Just a couple of quick announcements is to say that Brother Rifat has asked to make dua for his mother who is in hospital. Please make dua for his mother. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give her the shifa. Also, my sister's two father-in-law are critically ill in hospital with cancer stage 4. So please make dua for them as well. And let us all pray for everyone who are not well and suffering from any form of illness or any difficulties they may have. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give them ease and also shifa. Please pray for all the dead who are no longer with us. Every Friday we must pray for our loved ones and the ones who are no longer with us. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept their good deeds. Two last announcement is to say that due to COVID-19, we were not able to run the ESOL, the English language class for sisters and brothers, two separate classes. We will be starting now as the lockdown have eased. So if there are brothers and sisters who would like to learn English, business skills, communication skills, employability skills, please contact me and register yourself. We'll be starting that in about a fortnight times, inshallah. The other announcement that I do want to make is to say that every time you come, you must wear your face mask, you must have a carrier bag to carry your shoe, your prayer mat, and do your wudu at home. We're still under the lockdown, the COVID-19 government guidelines. If you have not got yourself vaccinated, please make sure you do so, inshallah. Brother Muhammad, please quickly go around with the collection bucket. Please donate generously. We are about 50,000 short of our initial £300,000 arrangements. So inshallah, not far, with all your generous support and kind donations, we're getting closer day by day. Continue to donate and keep on donating. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept your sadaqatul jariyah. And the sadaqatul jariyah is for yourself, for the Yawm al-Qiyamah. That's the thing you have to remember. It's an investment in the hands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Inshallah. Jazakumullah khair. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala keep us all safe and well. Ameen. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. أشهد أن محمد رسول الله. أشهد أن محمد رسول الله. حي على الصلاة. حي على الصلاة. حي على الفلاح. حي على الفلاح. الله أكبر، الله أكبر، لا إله إلا الله.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلله فلا هادي له ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له ونشهد أن سيدنا حبيبنا محمدا عبده ورسوله أرسله بالحق بشيرا ونذيرا وداعيا إلى الله بإذنه وسراجا منيرا أما بعد. My brothers and sisters, Prophet of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was sitting with his companions when a person appeared in front of him wearing whiter than white of the clothes, and though looking like a stranger, having no sign of travel on his face. The companions reported, Umar al-Khattab radiallahu anhu reports this hadith, in which this stranger asks Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam about Islam, Iman and Ihsan. And Prophet of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam answers the question, and in response, this stranger says, "You have spoken the truth." Not only is this stranger asking a question to the Prophet of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, but this stranger had the audacity to say to the Prophet of Allah, "You're correct." Companions were curious. Who is this person who is asking the Prophet of Allah a question, and then after hearing the answer, confirming that the Prophet is correct? When he left, Prophet ﷺ said, for those of you who are worried and curious about who this person was or is Jibreel. Allah Azza wa Jalla sent Jibreel alayhi salatu salam to teach us about the very basics of Islam. I'm not going to talk about all of the hadith, it's long, but I'm going to talk about ihsan today. What is ihsan in practice, my brothers and sisters? When Jibreel said to him, "Akhbirni an al-ihsan," tell me about ihsan, Prophet ﷺ said, "An ta'bud Allah ka'annaka tarah, فَإِن لَمْ تَكُنْ تَرَاهُ فَإِنَّهُ يَرَاكَ." You worship Allah like you can see Him. But if you can't see Him, surely know Allah can see you. My brothers and sisters, sadly, ihsan is the most neglected, forgotten aspect of Islam today. It has become forgotten by Muslims because we are more busy looking for halal and haram continuously without really looking at the rationale behind these halal and haram, the rulings that have been given by Allah. Muslims are too busy with do's and don'ts of their religion and taking things literally, hardly ever paying any attention to the overarching rationale and reasons behind these do's and don'ts. Without a deeper understanding of the purpose behind these rulings, your faith will not be profound, your practices will not be sound, and your connection with Allah and the society will not be beautiful. It will be based on ignorance, it will be based on things that doesn't benefit yourself or others. It is important to note that a person who claims to be a Muslim must manifest in his or her faith in their everyday life the things that they have learned, that which has been prescribed, that which has been prohibited. Without this, in fact, there is no Islam. And every action must be adorned, my brothers and sisters, by the very culture of this concept called ihsan. Islamic life of a Muslim and ihsan are interdependent in its nature, in its manifestation, in its culture. Today, I'll do my best to explain some aspects of ihsan to you. أن تعبد الله كأنك تراه فإن لم تكن تراه فإنه يراك. You worship Allah like you can see Him. If you can't see Him, definitely, surely know that Allah will definitely see you. This idea is not a simple statement, my brothers and sisters. It's a profound description of a state of mind. Stems from this clear conviction that Allah sees me all the time. Allah is present in my life all the time. Allah knows about everything that I do all the time. There is nothing that is hidden to Allah or from Allah. There is nothing that I can hide from Allah. There is nothing that is beyond the knowledge of Allah. This profound concept in our minds should change our behavior and our attitude. And this concept is called ihsan. When you have such a mindset, you will not do anything but good. Because you know Allah's oneness, His absoluteness, His uniqueness, His omnipresence, His omniscience, His omnipotence overarches everything that you do. He knows you even before you know yourself. The thought, the next word that's going to come out of my mouth, before I have even got to that level with my brain, Allah knows that it's going to come out of my mind and come out of my mouth. Being aware of Allah's presence like that is when you have attained ihsan. Not taqwa. Ihsan is one level higher than taqwa. Taqwa is the state of being. And ihsan is the embellishment, the icing on the cake as we call it. The beautification, the makeup you put on top of taqwa is called ihsan. The highest form of possibilities for human conscience can only be realized and attained by understanding and practicing ihsan. Your actions are no longer checked by outer social mechanisms. Ihsan is the internal mechanism at work preventing you from self-destruction. When you are protected from within, nothing can dislodge you from the straight path that you seek every day in your prayer by saying, Ihdina as-sirat al-mustaqim. Oh Allah, show me the right path. 17 times a day. I did this exercise with my children. If I lived for 80 years, and if I had prayed all my life, 5 daily prayers, I would have said, Ihdina as-sirat al-mustaqim 500,000 times. 500,000 times. I would have said, Ya Allah, show me the right path. If I have lived 80 years, and if I had prayed 5 times a day, every day, 17 times every day, I would have said, Ihdina as-sirat al-mustaqim. Multiply that, I would have said at least 500,000 times, 500,000 times, Ya Allah, show me the right path. My brothers and sisters, if you don't say this with ihsan, with the awareness, with the conscience of Allah's presence, that He's seeing you, He knows you, then that dua is only lip service. It won't reach your heart. It will only stay here on your lips. Allah has given us this amazing blessing, this mind of ours. This mind of ours. You can change it anytime you like. Do you know, brothers and sisters, in our brain, there are neural pathways. So if I do something, a pathway appears in my brain. If I keep on doing it, that becomes my second nature. My brain becomes used to it, and that's all I do. For example, when I leave home, if I have to come out of my house to go to the local shops, I have to turn left. Because I've been doing turning left every day, my brain has created a neural pathway. Automatically, I turn left without thinking. Sometimes when I want to turn right, I mistakenly turn left, and only 10 meters ahead say, Astaghfirullah al-Azim, I've just taken the wrong turning. I do a U-turn and then I turn right. It's called neural pathway. It becomes a habit in your brain. If you have said, Ihdina as-sirat al-mustaqim 500,000 times, don't you think that should have become a neural pathway in your brain already? And yet, the profound impact of my habit, which is to turn left automatically, it seems like in my life, following the right path isn't part of that neural pathway. I have sought it, but I don't live it. I've asked Allah to show me it, but I haven't done anything about it. If you've asked somebody 500,000 times the same thing, surely your habit should manifest that. Ihsan means beautification. It means perfection. It means excellence. My brothers and sisters, it is a matter of taking one's inner faith, Iman, and showing it in both deeds and action. Your Iman manifesting in reality. It is your social responsibility born from your conviction in Islam. So I am a Muslim. I pray 5 times a day. My iman in Allah makes me pray 5 times a day. The manifestation of my prayer is that I don't do anything wrong. I don't get involved in wrong, because the purpose of prayer is inna salata tanha anil fahshay wal munkar. Prayer is supposed to prevent me from evil and shameless deeds. If my prayer isn't stopping me from evil and shamelessness, then I haven't prayed. And if I haven't prayed, then I haven't got iman. And if I don't have iman, I have not succeeded. Ihsan is your social responsibility born out of your conviction in Allah, that He knows, sees, and is aware of everything. It is the Muslim responsibility to obtain perfection or excellence in worship, such that Muslims try to worship Allah as if they can see Him. If I was to tell you the Prime Minister of UK, some of you may not like him, some of you may do, imagine, or somebody very significant, an Imam, a Shaykh that you like very much, turns up to this masjid. You'll all be in your best behavior. My brothers and sisters, Allah is in front of you when you're praying, and we should imagine Allah, I can see Allah. Now, somebody will say, I can't see Allah for sure. Yes, you can't. But look with the eyes of your heart, not the eyes of your head. Look at the eyes of your heart and see if you can realize Allah's presence in front of you when you're standing to pray. And if you can't do it, then please remember, Allah is looking at you directly. I'm looking at you right now, right? I'm looking at you. If I look at you and you put your eyes somewhere else, how do you feel? If I'm looking at you, if you turn your eyes in the other way, how do I feel? Allah is looking at me. I'm standing in prayer. Subhanallah. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. Twiddling my thumb, poking my nose. Allah is looking at me, brother. Allah is looking at you. Don't you want to be conscious that Allah is looking at you when you're praying? Not just prayer, everything that you do. Allah is looking at you. That's called ihsan. The definition comes from the saying of Rasulullah, the one that I've just read out to you, that you worship Allah like you can see Him. If you can't see Him, He sees you. My brothers and sisters, ihsan is where Rasulullah said, Allah has written ihsan for everything. He has, in His own creation, He has created ihsan for everything. For the last month, we've been all experiencing a lot of rain. It's called ihsan in nature. All the plants need water. The reservoir underneath your ground needs water. The earth needs water. Allah has embellished the earth with water in plentiful for the next few months to come. When the summer's sun comes out and the scorching heat dries up the earth, Allah has already embellished His earth with rain. So the plants and the animals and the creatures don't complain. Allah has done what He does so well, called excellence in everything. And He wants us to do the same, do excellent in everything that we do. Ihsan means to do beautiful things. One dimension of the 3 dimensions of our faith: Islam, Iman, Ihsan. Some scholars have said it's 1/3 of Islam. Ihsan is 1/3 of Islam. If Islam is 1/3, if Iman is the other 1/3, then there is 1/3 left. It's called Ihsan. So you pray, you believe, you fast, you do zakat, but you have no Ihsan, your 1/3 is missing. Your 1/3 is missing. Islam, my brothers and sisters, is described here as what one should do. Islam describes what we should do, while Iman describes why we should do it. However, Ihsan embellishes my intention for doing it. Why? Actually, how can I make it better than what I've done so far? One who does that which is beautiful is called a muhsin. If your name is Muhsin, literally means you are a person who does something beautifully. You embellish. You do everything possible in an excellent manner as much as possible. It is generally held that a person can only achieve true ihsan with the help of Allah and the guidance of Allah. That's why we say, Ihdina as-sirat al-mustaqim. Ihsan is the inner dimension of our faith, whereas Sharia is often described as the outer dimension of our faith. Ihsan constitutes the highest form of worship, ibadat. It is excellence in work and in social interaction. For example, ihsan includes my sincerity during my prayer, as well as my gratitude to my parents, my fasting, as well as the way I treat my fellow human beings, my relationship with Allah, as well as my relationship with the plants and the animals around. All of this is described by ihsan. To finish off, just to summarize, it is a very simple thing. You worship Allah as though you can see Him. And if you can't imagine seeing Allah, definitely know Allah sees you. And if you can use that as a yardstick, as a marker to embellish, to put the icing on the cake of everything that you do, you've attained ihsan. You've attained ihsan, the 1/3 of Islam that is often missing from many of our vocabularies. May Allah bless us. May Allah enable us to become people of ihsan. And may Allah embellish all that we do for His sake with ihsan. Wa akhir da'wana and alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والعاقبة للمتقين والصلاة والسلام على محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. Everything has got ihsan, my brothers and sisters. Ihsan of your prayer is that you have humility, khushu' in your prayer. You stand in front of Allah, you turn your face to the Kaaba, you fasten your hand, you bow down, you go down onto the floor. Everything is about humility. It's called ihsan of your prayer. It's the embellishment of your prayer. If somebody is praying and they're being arrogant, they have no prayer. Ihsan of zakat or sadaqat, that you give without somebody else knowing you've given. You give without wanting anything back from people. You give without making an announcement. It's called ihsan of your sadaqat and your zakat. Ihsan of fasting is that you abstain from eating and drinking and refrain from seeing and hearing and indulging in evil. Not just not eating and not drinking, but doing more. Embellishment. Ihsan of hajj is you go there once in your lifetime when you're healthy and wealthy, and you maintain unity, fraternity, and patience despite all the difficulties. Ihsan of relationship is that you treat your husband or your wife with love and mercy. You treat your children with love and mercy, and you treat your neighbors with love and mercy. And ihsan of your relationship with your parents is that you treat them excellently. وَبِالْوَالِدَيْنِ إِحْسَانًا. Allah says that in the Qur'an. And deal with your parents with ihsan, with excellence. Treat them beautifully. Beautify your behavior with them. Don't show contempt. Don't say words of contempt. Spread wings of mercy and make dua for them. Ihsan for the people of the world is that you take care of people around you. You take care of the world around you. You beautify the world that Allah has given you. Ihsan of your other fellow human beings is that you keep justice and fairness and compassion at the forefront of your interactions on a daily basis. Called ihsan. You and I pray comfortably. We celebrated Eid comfortably while my brothers and sisters were slaughtered in Gaza, in Palestine, around Al-Aqsa. You praying, you fasting, and you celebrating your Eid will be absolutely useless unless you feel compassion in your heart for your brothers and sisters in Al-Aqsa. If you don't feel any compassion inside you, you have no ihsan. You have no ihsan whatsoever. The least you can do is feel it in your heart. The least you can do is cry for your brothers and your sisters. The least you can do is make dua. The least you can do is protest on the streets of our country. The least you can do is write to your MP. The least you can do is do lobbying, create awareness, and let the world know that the Palestinian people, we're all Palestinians. Remember that. We're all Palestinians. Doesn't matter where you come from. Everyone in the world should claim that we are all Palestinians. You know why? They are brothers and sisters dispossessed for 70 years or more. Anywhere in the world where there is injustice, your humanity comes first. Your compassion for them comes first. Your longing for justice and fairness comes first. Not selfishness. Oh brother, I'm too busy. What are you doing? I'm learning. What am I doing? I'm doing prayers. What am I doing? I'm doing adhkar. What am I doing? I'm doing tasbih. Yes, you are. Alhamdulillah, carry on and do more. Not enough though. If your brothers and sisters are dying in any parts of the world and you've shown no care, no compassion, no mercy, no connection, you've wasted your time on this earth. Islam is not a selfish religion. Islam is a religion Allah has given it to all of us for the whole of humanity. Ihsan has so many manifestations, my brothers and sisters. A person who is true muhsin is a person who is mindful of Allah all the time, secretly and privately. A true muhsin is the one who is just and fair all the time. A true muhsin is always moderate, always balanced, and always in the middle. A true muhsin is the one who is concerned and caring to their society, socially active. A true muhsin are those who are generous to those who are around them, people who are poor and needy and deprived. A true muhsin is the one who is always forgiving, ready to forgive their brothers and their sisters for their mistakes. A true muhsin is the one who is self-reflective, quiet at times when quietness is needed, remembering Allah and drawing lessons from reading the Qur'an and studying the life of the Prophet of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. A true muhsin is the one who encourages good and forbids evil. A true muhsin is the one who takes active steps against evil, refraining from evil themselves, also helping the society from evil too. A true muhsin is the one who is humble and not arrogant. You go through the Qur'an, you will find amazing qualities of a muhsin. We make dua, اللهم أحسن عاقبتنا في الأمور كلها وأجرنا من خزي الدنيا وعذاب الآخرة. اللهم أحسن عاقبتنا في الأمور كلها وأجرنا من خزي الدنيا والعذاب الآخرة. اللهم أحسن عاقبتنا في الأمور كلها. Allahu Akbar. I feel like crying even talking to you right now. Because I think about ihsan, and when I think about ihsan, my heart goes straight to Palestine. Ya Arhamur Rahimin, free Al-Aqsa from occupation, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, free Al-Aqsa from occupation, Ya Allah. Ya Arhamur Rahimin, free Al-Aqsa from occupation, Ya Allah. Free Palestine from occupation, Ya Allah. Free every part of the world that is occupied, Ya Allah. Brothers and sisters, our beloved Prophet of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to confirm his belief in Allah with the dua like this. He used to say, Allahumma lakal hamd. Anta nuru as-samawati wal-ard. Wa lakal hamd. Anta qayyimu as-samawati wal-ard. Wa lakal hamd. Anta rabbu as-samawati wal-ard. ومن فيهن أنت الحق وعدك الحق وقولك الحق ولقاؤك الحق وجنة حق والنار حق والنبيون حق والساعة حق. اللهم لك أسلمنا وبك آمنا وعليك توكلنا وإليك آنبنا وبك خاصمنا وإليك حكمنا فاغفر لنا ما قدمنا وما أخرنا وما أسررنا وما أعلنا. أنت إلهنا لا إله إلا أنت. أنت إلهنا لا إله إلا أنت. أنت إلهنا لا إله إلا أنت. يا أرحم الراحمين. We ask you to forgive us and forgive us, Ya Allah. We beg you to have mercy on us, Ya Allah. We ask you to have mercy on all our brothers and sisters in all parts of the world, Ya Allah. We ask you to bestow in our hearts ihsan, Ya Allah. We ask you to bestow in our actions ihsan, Ya Allah. We ask you to embellish our lives with ihsan, Ya Allah. Ya Arhamur Rahimin, Ya Akramul Akrameen. Make us a community of people who are excellent in everything, Ya Allah. Ya Arhamur Rahimin, unite our hearts, Ya Allah. Unite our hearts in love and mercy, Ya Allah. Unite our hearts with peace and mercy, Ya Allah. Ya Arhamur Rahimin, restore peace and stability and justice on this earth, Ya Allah. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا يا مولانا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم. إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون فاذكروني أذكركم واشكروا لي ولا تكفرون والله يعلم ما تصنعون. أقم الصلاة.
الله أكبر الله أكبر. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن محمد رسول الله. حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح. قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة. الله أكبر الله أكبر. لا إله إلا الله.
Make the line straight, please. Allahu Akbar. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والشمس وضحاها والقمر إذا تلاها والنهار إذا جلاها والليل إذا يغشاها والسماء وما بناها والأرض وما طحاها ونفس وما سواها فألهمها فجورها وتقواها قد أفلح من زكاها وقد خاب من دساها كذبت ثمود بتغواها إذ انبعث أشقاها فقال لهم رسول الله ناقة الله وسقياها فكذبوه فعقروها فدمدم عليهم ربهم بذنبهم فسواها ولا يخاف عقباها. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والتين والزيتون وطور سينين وهذا البلد الأمين لقد خلقنا الإنسان في أحسن تقويم ثم رددناه أسفل سافلين إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات فلهم أجر غير ممنون فما يكذبك بعد بالدين أليس الله بأحكم الحاكمين. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Allahumma anta as-salam wa minka as-salam. La ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lahu. On your way out, please do donate for this masjid, brothers and sisters. And remember the announcement I made from next Jumu'ah, we'll be opening up the other halls. So if you are coming late, inshallah, there'll be space for you to pray over there. And please don't cause any fuss with anyone. We have discussed and consulted already. It's because of necessity, inshallah. May Allah bless you. Go ahead, Brother Mumin.
Jazakumullah khair, Brother Imam Ajmal Masroor. Inshallah, just to say, brothers, one request is that from Brother Shahabuddin's brother Anas Uddin Moina has got cancer. So please make dua for him. It's pretty critical. And I've announced a few other people who have also asked for dua as well. Please make dua for all the people who are unwell and those who are not with us in this world. Ameen. Brothers, very important announcement. After my announcements, I go down to see if there's enough space or so forth. Many of you are coming at the last minute. That is not the way to operate. Because I can't listen to the khutbah. My team, my volunteers who are helping you cannot listen to the khutbah. And that is not fair on the people who are helping us. So if you really want to pray Jumu'ah, you have to prioritize yourself for the blessed day of Friday. And please come by 1:30. So we can accommodate everybody in spaces and also we can listen to the khutbah. Sheikh Harun have always said, if you're coming to the last, you don't get the ajr for the khutbah. He described it very beautifully with the camel and the cow and the chicken and the egg and how late you come. When you come 2 minutes before the salah, you have missed the entire khutbah. So think about it, please, brothers and sisters, for everyone else. Inshallah, we will not have the Ask the Imam show today because Sheikh Harun is away. Inshallah, he'll be back next week. Jazakumullah khairan for being here. Please make sure you go out. The people who are on the top floor, go to the backyard as you normally do. And those who are downstairs, please go out the way you came. Maintain social distance at all time when you are leaving the building. We have a lot of people in the building. Please take precaution. Jazakumullah khair. Like Brother Imam Ajmal Masroor said, continue to donate as sadaqah for yourself for the year after, Yawm al-Qiyamah. Jazakumullah khair. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala keep us all safe and well. Until we meet again. Assalamu alaikum.
Liverpool, one of Britain's first multi-faith migrant hubs, attracting Muslims from around the globe. It was here in 1856 that William Henry Quilliam was born. In 1887, after a short trip to Morocco, Quilliam announced his conversion to Islam upon his return to Liverpool.
Abdullah William was very essential in introducing Islam to Britain. In fact, you could say that without his efforts, Islam would not have been introduced to this country until much later in time.
As the numbers of Muslim converts in Victorian Liverpool increased, so too did the need for a space that would allow them to practice their faith freely. And so Britain's first mosque was born. Quilliam was able to obtain 8-13 Brougham Terrace to create the ultimate mosque complex.
His vision for this building was limitless. He wanted to create a complex that, like Islam, was for all people and for all time.
Quilliam, the Sheikh of British Isles, eventually left England after facing endless hostility and persecution. His cherished mosque fell into disrepair and was eventually abandoned.
We got the building in 2007, and by that time the building had been vacant for 7 years. It was vandalized. Lots of sections of the roof were missing.
Since then, the Abdullah Quilliam Society, with the help of the global Muslim community, have been working tirelessly to restore this complex to its former glory.
The other things that we're working on at the moment, the original fireplaces, we're trying to restore those. Some have been sort of preserved. You will see the original arches, the original crescents, Quilliam and his architect, specifically for this mosque. Our next phase of work is to make this a visitor centre. This will become the very first ever British Muslim Victorian mosque, where you will experience at first hand how Victorian Muslims lived, and this is a very unique project of its kind.
Brothers and sisters, here in Liverpool, we're trying to restore Britain's first mosque. Abdullah William Quilliam was one of the earliest converts to Islam. Established this mosque more than 100 years ago. It's been dilapidated, left to ruins. We are on target to completing this project and restoring Britain's only Victorian Islamic experience. We have also the opportunity to buy the next door building. To complete the modern and the old Islamic experience, we need to raise more than £2 million. Would you like to be one of those founding donors helping us to complete our project? Please donate generously using our website address below.